Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and the farm. This is Lisa, and you saw our last video, first frost hit, and we showed you the gardens, but wanted to give you a few more updates going on around the property, so come on along. So if you have been following us for any length of time, you know that this is our most challenging fence, and that is because this is all rock ledge. And that comes from the granite rock outcroppings there, and it extends well into this pasture. And so the posts that we have in are miraculously in there. I don't know how we originally got them in there, but the biggest problem is many are not as deep as they need to be to hold a fence. We walked the fence, and every inch or two we tried to put additional posts in. We tried to see if we could cement things. We can't. Ryan has been doing fences his whole life. And he certainly knows how to do this stuff. We just can't get enough depth to sink something and then add cement that has enough cement that a pig can't lift it with their snout. So that's the problem that we're facing. We wanted to create an alleyway here so that way Grant and Norman are over here. Grant is the bigger issue, not Norman. And then the girls are over here. We need them here for winter because they need to be closer to the house. They need access to a water heater for their trough. So we have to have a cord. Down in the back is not going to work. So our plan was to put hog panel here and have this alley in between, so that way if the girls pushed on their fence or Grant pushed on his fence, we were set. It was a nightmare. We tried plans A through J at least. And so yesterday when Grant busted out and broke the fence, Houdini, you're in the wrong spot, Houdini. Come on, watch out. Come on. Come on, good boy. Oh, I see what you did. Norman, you stay. Norman. Oh, you bad thing. Yes, you both busted the fence, which is what Grant does every once in a while. We ended up putting up poly wire, and we put up 3 strands. So they are electrified all down here. And the reason why this fence is not straight is we couldn't even get these posts in the ground. And so that's why we use the tree. And clearly that's what one of the old owners used. They put boards on the trees for that reason when they had goats. It's electrified all along the back. We took the hog panel out from by Whalen because we were going to give Grant and Norman that whole area. Originally what we were going to do was put that section of fencing over here. But then we ran into the problem. So it is electrified. The only thing that is not electrified is this fence here. We cannot get any more posts in for this fence either. So we have some ideas. It's just going to be in stages to get this all done. But we did get Grant and Norman moved up here, which is really good. They've been drinking a lot of water because they were eating a ton of hay and eating the grass that was here. Hi, buddy. I know you escaped, but I still love you. But yeah, pig snouts are super powerful. And what they do is they get under it and they lift it. And he's the only one who challenges fences. The rest of them don't bother. Most of what they do is they just go up to the fence, scratch, and lay down, sort of like what Grant did. Hi, Norman. I got to get you guys some more water. So let's check out the rest. So this was our middle grow out pen run. And you know that we got rid of the barn that was here. And we are going to take this down because we mainly use that barn for storage instead of a pen. Our plan was we were going to put the Bressie in there. Obviously, you can see it's been empty all this year. And so we're going to take that down. But let's talk about the American breast. So there's Waylon. Waylon will be leaving the farm at some point at the end of this year when it gets cold. He's being raised for meat. Hank, we had the opportunity to sell him since he was still intact, and so we took advantage of that. Here are the American breasts. They are 23 weeks old. Usually you butcher around 17 weeks or so, give or take. And unfortunately, without the water, I have not felt comfortable in it being sanitary enough without running water. So these guys, unfortunately, will not be going to freezer camp. They will be going to our laying flock because they have started laying weeks ago. And so we are going to put them in with our laying flock tonight. The good news is you can tell the difference because of the color of their legs. If you can see the bluish color. And so sadly, that experiment will not come to fruition this time, but we are in the process of moving everybody up towards the house. The good thing about Waylon is we can easily move him up towards the house to be fed as well as watered. So it's just a matter of changing his location for his water and feeder. But other than that, unfortunately, the breast will not be butchered this year, and I'm kind of bummed because I was really looking forward to it. So we'll be picking up the fence here. Grant and Norman were back here most of the summer, basically since July, and that is not our intent to just leave them in a spot. We try to rotate them. However, because we could not rotate them, we were feeding hay since the beginning of July. And so we will come down here and we will be taking down the electric net fencing today. And then what we will do is come down and rake this area completely clean of debris. And then during the winter when we get snow, I will throw seed down and cast some seed out on it. And hopefully next year will be a much, much better year. But we are so extremely dry that it is scary. The good news is we also have our winter hay. We bought 2 bales instead of 1, excuse me, this year. And this is, last but not least, Mr. Yogi Hollow Farm's steal of a marketplace score. This is a tractor that has a forklift. So this is going to make our lives easier for a lot of different reasons. And it's kind of odd, but you can't touch a forklift for the dirt cheap price that he got this for, because nobody wanted it because of, I guess, the configuration or whatever. But a laundry company had been using it in Rapid City, lifting heavy laundry bags. And so he went and checked it out, and I think he was the only one who did. And because he did, we were able to score this. And the good news is that'll help us get some bulk feed and stuff. Basically just opens up our options to be able to lift things that we can't lift. So really excited about this. Let me see if I can get around the other side and see if you can see it. So real excited about that. But it's pretty cool. Runs good too. So even though it's hot here today, we'll just hose the pigs off. We don't have many of these hot days, thankfully. So we did put pig pools away and put all that stuff away because it's just easier to do it in stages, because there's always a bunch of drop and go stuff from the summer, from being busy and gardening and so on. But the main thing is we've got to get this big boy off the truck so we can get heating pellets. And that's the main reason Ryan bought that forklift tractor, because we will get pallets, which are over a ton, of heating pellets, and we usually go through anywhere from 4 to 6 per winter, depending on how bad it is and how long it is. And so what we used to do was unload all the bags from the truck onto a pallet, and that's how we unloaded it. Now we can lift the entire pallet off, stack it by the front door and be done and not kill ourselves. So that's a huge, huge win. But it also, like I said, opens up the options for other things. So thanks for coming along. There's all the updates, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we appreciate you watching. Take care.